You know who BJ Penn is?
BJ Penn?
BJ Penn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
One of the greatest fighters of all time.
Yes.
And BJ's in his prime. BJ was training with the Marinoviches. So he was just doing these unbelievably brutal cardio workouts every day and almost no martial arts.
Interesting.
And then he would go and have a gas tank that was off the charts.
Right.
When you got a guy who's already as talented as BJ with zero fear of getting tired, he was the GOAT.
Yeah.
There was if there's a fight that I'd ever want to see, it'd be Khabib Nurmagomedov in his prime versus BJ Penn in those years in the Marinovic years. BJ Penn was a motherfucker, man.
That was
He was a motherfucker. Woo!
I did have an era actually. My little brothers are much more into UFC shit, but the Penn era, I was in there a little bit. Like we'd go to Buffalo Wild Wings at White Marsh Mall, me and my brothers, and we would watch UFC shit. But that's the last, that's my last, frame of reference. Like I don't catch up with it. I'm not with it as much anymore. But
BJ Penn was so unusual that he won the 155-pound title, he won the 170-pound title, and he fought heavyweight. He fought
wild.
Lyoto Machida as a heavyweight.
That is fucking insane,
bro.
Off the plyometrics,
gangster.
Yeah, you think
He's
he
just
could take
gangster. Katie? He fought when he fought Lyoto. He wasn't even doing that stuff.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing. That was pre-prime BJ.
Yeah,
that was when he would just fucking train, and he just ate. He's like, fuck it, I'll fight anybody. and Lyoto Machida was like a UFC light heavyweight champion at one point in time.
Yeah.
This is before the UFC, but Lyoto was still a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
BJ fought him at heavyweight.
I do love
bonkers.
that. I love when a guy at the end of, towards the end, just kind of gets a little fat, doesn't give a fuck. That's the coolest.
That makes me sad.
I love it, dude.
That makes me sad.
Tony Gwynn, fat as shit, still fucking never striking out. It was awesome.
That's different. Baseball is different than
I guess
fighting.
you're right than combat sports.
Yeah, combat sports, when guys don't want to do it anymore, they got to stop.
Yeah.
Because there's a 1 foot in, 1 foot out thing that happens.
And you just get your shit
And then
rocked.
some young guy comes up or young gal comes up and he or she fucks you up.
Yeah.
And that's just how it goes. These kids that are coming up, they are fucking unburdened by life.
Yeah.
They've only been alive for 22 years.
Yeah.
They have fucking unbelievable bodies that recover quickly.
Right.
And if they train well, and also they grow up learning it on television and watching it on YouTube. They're seeing martial arts from the time they're little kids. So all these techniques, so they're practicing when they're fucking around with their friends.
And there's nothing cooler than dethroning a legend either.
Nothing cool.
So they're coming at you with everything.
Yeah, everybody wants to be Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson was 20 years old. He wins the heavyweight championship.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, whoa,
fully. What
the fuck?
No one wants to be Mike Tyson getting knocked out.
No one wants to be Tyson when he retired.
But I think it was 90. Was it February 11th, 1990? Because it was a year after I was born. It was when he...
When he lost to Buster Douglas?
Yes, the Buster Douglas fight.
But even after the Buster Douglas fight, he was still Mike Tyson. People were still terrified of him.
He was just like a little resting on his laurels,
Well,
fucking the maid. That's the best story of all
He was
time.
out of control. I mean, he'll tell you what he was doing. I mean, he was out of fucking control.
Yeah.
He fought on drugs. He fought sick. He was sick. Like he had, when he knocked out Michael Spinks, he had some sort of venereal disease. No bullshit. Dude, Mike Tyson in that era,
dick leaking.
It's
just fucking throwing haymakers.
You gotta think part of the reason why he was so good was because he was so wild. But also, if he just maximized his insane potential and was like a Marvin Hagler type guy,
right?
Who just did nothing but train and trained in solitude, and yet only had his eyes on the prize, only had his eyes on beating the best in the world.
I just don't think
some
guys are
person.
wired. You know what I mean? Exactly. It's like, and you lose that essence. I think fully. It's like
maybe
he's one or the other. I know what you mean. It's nice to think about it as like a video game, and it's like just run him through
right.
He's your creative character, and it's like, but the same guy who had that kind of power, he needed to fucking ask the housekeeper to suck him off. You know what I mean? Like when that's my favorite story about when they were like, you can't go out, Mike, you got it, and he just fucked the maids. And it was just like that's who he fucking was. And it's like, yeah, that's the guy he's gonna fight with gonorrhea.
Yes.
And he's still gonna knock you out.
In one round.
Yeah.
Knocks out Michael Spinks, who's the all-time great light heavyweight.